Good morning. And in this case, Lisa, Jim, and Milo, my love, thank you. Thank you for being the forerunners of a new race. You all. But anyway, thanks for coming on. It's a very, very pertinent morning, very important moment and morning. And I'm so happy you're here. I knew somebody like Cami would jump on this line. Thank you, Cami. It's an important stream this morning. Everything is, being highlighted now, whether for good, bad, or ugly. And so we got to be really, mindful. And having a little community like this, a little rainbow tribe of lovers of love, and just kind of indomitable willpower that we join together like this. So. Um, I just want to start with this little saying, and then we'll jump into the energies of today and the energy of this week. They say that there's so many planets in in Aries, it's ridiculous, and we're gonna have to look at that this morning. Not have to, but we are really excited to look at that this morning. Okay, but this is just a little teaser to start us out with this morning. Life becomes lighter Life becomes lighter. Let me see if I got something going here. I think I do. Yeah. All right. Life becomes lighter when you understand that your job, this is really important. Everything's so important to me these days. Every breath is like a luxury. It's like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Everything is so heightened right now. So, you want to know what your job is? Your job isn't to control how others think, act, or feel. Wow. Can you imagine releasing that burden right now, of people in your life starting there? And then anything else that bugs you, that has you, trying to control them. That's the curse of the earth right now. Hey, it's the curse of the earth. That should be a great title for a stream. The curse of the, yeah, something of the curse of the earth is this trying to control others. So here's your job. Your job is to stay rooted in who you are, act with integrity, stay devoted to your evolution, my dears, and let go of everything that isn't yours to carry. Okay? Now you got your you put on your divine armor this morning already, right? Do you have it on? You're going to need it. You're going to need it for the rest of your days. So you just might get used to having it just fit the way it fits, right? Because every day we could throw a fit and the thing won't fit right. And so what we're about is to get fit for the infinite, right? Get fit for the infinite you. But listen, I also thought of this thought from Gandhi this morning, and I'll sing it to you. He said, "One soul who truly loves negates the hatred of millions." One soul who truly loves. See, that's our job. Negates the hatred of millions. One soul who truly loves negates the hatred of millions. One soul who truly loves changes our world. Keep loving, keep loving, even when you are negative. Keep loving, no matter what. Keep a loving through hell and high water. Keep a loving, no matter what. Because one soul who truly loves negates the hatred of millions. So let's get ready for Aries, my dears. Enough yakking on my end, but I'm going to give you more yakking, but it's going to have some real meaning. Well, not that the other didn't, but you know what I'm saying. kind of giggling at myself. I like to do that because I don't take myself personally, and I really do just try to let God kind of work through my energies and my personality and my passions in terms of spirituality and waking up in this world. Oh yeah, you know, you could probably describe me better than I can describe myself. So we're going to start with the cosmic broadcast, April 13th. Remember this date, 2026. We're, and this is funny because Trish came in and said, I want you to hear this guy. He's from Britain and he's talking all about the astrology. So she sent me his link because she listens to him. And she said, you want to hear what he has to say. I didn't have a chance to listen to it, but this comes in, right? We're in an Aries season with multiple planets gathered in this fire sign. And the collective energy right now is loud. Anger is surfacing everywhere. Now, just you know, for your own knowing, has there been any episodes that you felt kind of angry recently? Well, this is what's happening with this Aryan energy. I'm an Aries and I know what it feels like. And I can't believe that there'd be so many planets that's just making that, because one of the features that Aryans carry is impatience. And then they get absolutely bonkers, just completely freaked out in a way that they've got to, follow that particular, that energy, that impatient energy and just explode. And yeah, I had a woman that I stopped in the middle of the road. She was walking across, elderly woman, looked like she lived on the streets. And she came across and walked and then looked at me in the windshield and she went, "Ah." So there's that kind of energy right now. Yeah, out of the blue, I went, whoa, what was that? We're in an Aries season with multiple planets gathered in the fire sign, and the collective energy right now is loud. Anger is surfacing everywhere, and if you are honest with yourself, it may be surfacing in you too. I'm kind of in a state of mind that's kind of the opposite because this is about two things. This is all about the direction in the new chapter of our life coming up. That's what this Aries is pointing towards, a direction. So we get to either spiral up or sink down, my dears, into the dumps. There's no middle ground here. It's either spiral up or sink down with these vibrations. I don't think any of us can stay in the middle ground for this energy. So anger is surfacing everywhere. And if you are honest with yourself, it may be surfacing in you too. Here's something we're sitting with. Aries fire, when it's not being directed intentionally. This is why you're here, to get really, really focused on your direction, my dears. I mean, yeah, kind of your direction. You may have days where you're right on your mindset and you're right on your focus and you're right on your purpose and all that. Then there's days where we're somewhere in between or not anywhere. And then we know the human condition all too well. So here's something we're sitting with. Aries fire, when it's not being directed intentionally, defaults to reactivity. That's what's happening. That's what this guy that I'm going to hear, I'm going to listen to, that Trisha tells me she listens to, is talking about. It's the reactivity. And even Trisha was at Trader Joe's yesterday, and she asked the person checking her out, "How are the people coming up to the line here? Are they?" And the guy said, "Oh my God, it's been the heaviest day. People are angry." So that's what this is, and the planets haven't even lined up yet. We're just starting this week. This week, my dears, if you can make it to the stream, and we'll look at you. I'm talking to the singing to the choir. Here's something we're sitting with. Aries fire, when it's not being directed intentionally, defaults to reactivity. And reactivity almost always creates karma you didn't mean to create, right? Well, that's what anger does. That's why one soul who truly loves negates the hatred of millions. That's why if you can be loving no matter what, through hell and high water, my dears, you're going to bypass this. Your direction is going to be, it changes our world. One soul truly love negates the hatred of millions. Boy, so you could deal with a little anger if it pops up by loving. Maybe that's your direction. More loving, more loving. You know what the greatest practice is for me lately? I don't try to see the form of people. There's a body there, but I see light. I just practice seeing light. It's sometimes not easy, right? Because we get caught up in form, obviously. That's what humans do. But if you just look at a body, look at your wife or husband or dog, and you just see light, because that's the truth of them. We are all light. We're light beings. So that might be a direction for us as well. Aries fire, when not being directed intentionally, defaults to reactivity, and reactivity almost always creates karma you didn't mean to create. So before you send that message, have that confrontation or make that decision from a frustrated place. Pause. Hey, two ways to look at pause. You pause it. You just be mindful and introspect. You pause it, or you go and give a paw five to your dog. My dog, I just go and put my hand in front, and they bring their little paw up, and boom, we both connect. You could do a paw five. Do a paw five with your animals. That might be something that we can redirect in the direction that we want to go. All right. Yeah. You pause or you do a paw five. Oh my God, that's so good. So you, before you send that message, have that confrontation or make that decision from a frustrated place. Pause. Ask yourself, is this action in alignment with where I actually want to go? Where do you want to go this week, my dears? This is really, really, really important. Where do you want to go this week, my dears? Where are you heading? There is one. There's a paw five. Look at that paw five. Good one, Jimmy. Oh, she's paw flying, or he. That's Milo. That's true. That's awesome. Ah, that was beautiful. That made the stream, Jim. That made the stream, buddy. Thank you. Was, and if anyone else has their dog with them, you can bring them up and have them do. Mine is, where is she? You could see her. She's laying on the bed there. I gave you some more space. As she comes around, yeah, she's laying there on the bed. She's not ready to get up from her nap. All right. So, where are we? Ask yourself, is this action in alignment with where I actually want to go? Because right now, what you put out is coming back faster than it used to. Wow. Truth, if this resonates. So, how it ends. That was from the collective, that was from the collective group that sends posts to me. So now, where shall we proceed to? I think, and I never, never, ever even say the president's name in these things. But I thought this is, I'm going to be honest, and this came in, and I thought I'm going to read it to you because it's kind of an interesting twist. It's a powerful statement by Vladimir Putin. He said, as long as China, Russia, and Iran exist, it's impossible for anyone to behave like a global ruler. It's impossible that anyone can be a global ruler as long as China, Russia, and Iran exist. I thought that was, and then I think he was directing it to Trump. Anyway, so that's all. I won't talk again for another year on any kind of politics, my dears. But I thought that you might just go wow yourself. I went wow, coming from that guy. So what we want to do now is giving you now this is from Divine Gaia. They're a great group too. It says the new life is starting to find its direction. This is about the energies of today too. The new life is starting to find its direction. This week may begin giving clearer shape to what is ready to begin. Clearer shape, because this is about a direction into a new beginning, a new chapter of our lives, my dears, right? It's the year of the fire horse. And that fire horse is determined to go in a direction. So we got to guide that direction. It's just like the chariot in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna's behind with those five steeds, right? But sometimes if he wasn't in control of those five senses, then the chariot's going to run off course. And the same thing with us. We got to keep our hands on the reins of our awareness. Yeah, really, truly. Or more importantly, keep an eye on our heart and keep an eye on how much we can be loving, and so we can negate just the hatred of millions today. Can you imagine that purpose today, Cami? If you loving no matter what through hell and high water today, yeah, that's a beautiful direction to have. Dear friends, this new week may begin with a different feeling in the field. In the field, a new feeling, not only change, not only, excuse me, inner movement, but a growing sense that what has been shifting inside you is beginning to look for direction. Have you had any kind of movements, shifts, anything? I know I certainly have. I know how I certainly have. Not really that I was aware when I was, just practicing a certain mindset or something, but it adds up. And I definitely feel there's a shift inside, beginning to look for that direction that I've been having the mindset on, right? For many, what felt subtle or deeply internal over the weekend may now begin asking for a clear path. So your higher self is giving you the instructions and the clarity if you want it. You don't have to ask. It's giving you right now the clarity for a clearer path, not because everything is already resolved, but because something in you may no longer be willing to drift, being a drifter in the same way, right? The same way we that thought for lifetimes. And telling you, everything's exploding. Is collapsing. I mean, obviously, right? It's not even subtle anymore. Remember that, in the days of when people started lying all the time, and everyone goes, "Oh, no, that can't last." And no. And they would just look up things and say, "Oh, yeah, these are lies, these are lies." But now it's just a given. It's just a given. You don't know who you can trust anymore, or what news you hear is real, and the AI, if this is AI or whatever. Am I in AI consciousness? Am I just dreaming this? In some ways, yes. That's why all that stuff is happening, because we are dreaming this. So be ready and resolve to no longer be willing to drift in the same way, okay? This is often how a true life chapter shift. This Aries is all this potent energy, these planets lined up. You'll hear about a couple of them coming up, how they work. This is the fire horse, not just in a little, cruising along. Now it's ready to run. Now it's running. The energies on the planet now is to come on. Let's just scope. Let's scope. Let's pause and let's go. Right? You hear those ball players. Let's go. Let's go. They're losing, and then something good happens. Let's go. Let's go. That's the energy that we want to see if we can produce from our infinite supply of cosmic chi. Infinite supply. You have more, what does Yogananda said, enough energy in a gram of your flesh to light up the city of Chicago for 2 days and 2 nights. Enough energy in a gram of your flesh to light up the city of Chicago for 2 days and nights. And you say you are tired. You can't get that mind shift just riveted like you never have before. Now remember, the grace is going to kick in. The more you are determined, the more grace that comes in, and you think, "Oh, I'm doing pretty good." Don't think that way. No, you are getting the grace. That's what that is. If something good happens, that's grace. This delusion is so strong that with everything that you think is a little evolvement in your life is total grace. And it's taken you a lot of effort on your part, but don't think that that effort was that made this little change or shift in you. It's grace, my dears. It's grace. It's Divine Mother. It's Divine Mother. So this is often how a true life chapter, remember these words. This is the time, this is the week, this is the year for a true life chapter shift on all areas of your life, inside and outside, my dear. So you don't even recognize yourself today. I'm not saying now you don't recognize yourself as you go along. No, today you don't recognize. Oh my God. Yeah, it's grace. I was so filled with grace yesterday when I did that talk at Ashland Meditation Center, and then all day long I just, oh my God, what just happened? That was so you. That was so grace. Because it's nice to think in terms that God wants to do your life, my dears. He's the only one that wants to control, but not in the way of humans, the way they want to control. He wants to control your bliss. He wants to control you in a way that you just had like a mad horse fired up to go to the destination, my dears, and just wipe out the enemy. Because it, one who truly loves negates the hatred of millions. You talk about someone who's doing some damage in this delusion. That's the way to do it. All right. So this true life chapter continues unfolding. First, something changes inside. Can you feel a little change in you since we started? I hope so. Then the inner world begins reorganizing around it. Can you feel your guides and teachers right now? And after that, a new level of orientation begins trying to emerge. New level of orientation, you see everything differently because you have the new direction that source, your soul, God, the planets want you to go. Those planets are saying, man, use us, use us. We're a power pack right now. We're a power pack. Use us, use that energy to power up, my dears. Get some power bars. Then the inner world begins reorganizing around it. And after that, a new level of orientation begins trying to emerge. You may not have the full map yet, the map of the direction you want to go. You may not have that yet, but you may begin feeling more clearly where your energy wants to go, what no longer fits, and what kind of future is beginning to ask you for your deeper participation. One soul, just one, who truly loves, negates the hatred of millions. This may feel especially noticeable now because the week is already beginning to move toward the Aries new moon on Friday. Even by Wednesday, many may begin sensing that fresh start current, that fresh start. See, it's like a new beginning, a fresh start. Everything's wiped out. Divine Mother wipes out all your karma, wipes out all your blues, wipes out all your DDSs, deep dark secrets. Everything goes. Everything goes. With this Aries new moon on Friday, and even by Wednesday of this week, we're talking this week, many may begin sensing that fresh start current building more strongly in the background of your life. Wow. A new beginning, my dears, does not usually arrive only on the exact day. Its energy often starts gathering before it becomes visible. Boy, I had some energy. Not when I got up yesterday, as I told you in yesterday's stream. I had none. I felt like a zombie. And then all of a sudden, just this a little click. Oh, I don't know if something I heard or something I read. I don't know what happened, but it just clicked. The grace just clicked. It just clicked in. All of a sudden, I was a new person. Yeah. So the new beginning does not usually arrive on the exact day. So if it doesn't come on Wednesday, it might come right now, or it might not come on Wednesday. It might come on Thursday. But it's going to come, my dears. If you're loving, nothing can stop loving. Nothing. Nothing. Greatest force in the world, the greatest power that exists, is the infinite love of spirit. A new beginning does not usually arrive on the exact day. Its energy often starts gathering before it becomes visible, and this week may carry more of that feeling with each passing day. Ooh, ooh, let's go. Ooh, let's go. And Mercury's move into Aries by Tuesday can add even more to that. So that's tomorrow. Maybe that will help you get up for the Gita in the morning for some of you who come to Gita at 7 a.m. Whoever thunk that one up? Now, how many years have we been doing it at 7 a.m.? The Bhagavad Gita, 8, 9 years. I've given up counting. Tuesday can add even more to this Mercury's move into Aries. What felt more inward, intuitive, or difficult to name over the weekend may begin asking for clearer language, my dears, clearer choices, and clearer self expression as the week unfolds. So, what is beginning now may not only want to be felt, it may want to be named, it may want to be claimed. Stay awake, stay awake, stay awake. And if you need to stay awake, you always can text me. You can always write me. You can always call me if you want to get all that information. But don't let anything get in your way anymore. Nothing can get in the way if you are in this vibration we're in right now. For many, this may bring a stronger awareness that the new life is not only something you are sensing now. It's not just we're talking, my dears. It's just not another astrological feed of here's the energies we got to get over. We've been given so many lies now that we can't even believe ourselves. So start believing if you're kind of stuck there because of just this bombardment of lies over so many weeks, months, and years. It is something that may be beginning to organize itself. So if the new life in you, the new beginning, this new direction is not only something you are sensing now, it may be beginning to organize itself through your choices. Ooh, ooh, ooh la la. Choices. Through your choices. Your attention, your energy, and your willingness to stop feeding the wolf. Stop feeding what belongs to an older version of yourself. Stop feeding the wolf. The older version of yourself, the old chapter may not disappear overnight, but we can very quickly, once the new one begins finding its internal direction. This is internal. Everything's internal. Everything is consciousness. Everything is a dream experience. You know what? Actually, Yogananda says we exist only in the mind of God. We're in the mind of the infinite mind, the infinite consciousness, in the mind of that. So that's why I don't look at people no more. Don't look at humans. Don't get caught up with the human race. Choose another race. The race to more loving, my dear. Live, win the love race. That we can have little trials together, little love race trials. The old chapter may not disappear overnight, but it can weaken very quickly once the new one begins finding its internal direction. I'm gonna I'm gonna wind this up now. I'm not gonna go over because this goes over, but you'll see it when you get the upload of this today. I was late on one the other day. I didn't send it to you, and I completely had forgotten the first time that's happened. Otherwise, I get it to you the same day. All right. And because April continues carrying, just let's end with this paragraph. And because April continues carrying, April's going to continue carrying the background frequency of the number 4. And this week, because we're on the 4th month, April is usually Aries, Arian. And then Taurus comes after that, I think. Yeah, Taurus, bulls. We'll have a bull race. All right. So this week may also keep asking what can truly support what is beginning for you, my dears. Okay. What can truly support? And one way you want to know how you can get the greatest support this week, and that is that you don't try to control. What is it? Life becomes much lighter when you understand that your job isn't to control how others think, act, or feel. That's your support. No longer try to control how others think, act, or feel. That's big enough in itself. That could have been our whole stream for the whole rest of our lives, right there. So this week may also keep us asking what can truly support what is beginning. I just told you, don't try to control others. What can ground it? What can help it take form? So this is all about your self-evolvement, my dears. What can ground it? What can help it take form? What can give structure to what your soul is already trying to move forward with? How can you give it structure so it means something to you? So you can move forward, then you can move toward. This is part of why Monday energy, that's today, why Monday energy can matter so much. It is not only beginning a week, it is about noticing what the new life. It's more, it's not like that Monday begins a new week and trying, why Monday energy can matter so much. It's not only beginning a week, it is about noticing what the new life may now be trying to build through you. Wow. Just, I mean, I'm always blown away by this. Anyway, I went over a little bit. Let's just make sure that Lynn and we haven't seen Roman in a while. We haven't seen Kathleen. We've seen her a little more regularly. We haven't seen Ellen this morning. So let's just make sure our tribe, wherever they are getting these same vibrations. Inhale. Oh. Another one for good measure, my dears. Put it out on your tracks. Wherever those little feet of yours are going to take you today, let's just put the light on them. So you step in light. That's how you become lighter, right? Because you're not going to be controlling how people think. God, can you imagine how much energy we put into that? We just see somebody and we're making some judgments about them or thinking about them or wondering this and wondering that. Oh, all right. Got glasses. We'll do a quick little mantra. We love, we care, and that little light of yours, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thanks, my dears. Thank you so much. You stayed on. Cami, you're still here with us. Oh, how priceless. Lisa and Jim, I do believe, sent up a heart. You're still with us because of the mighty paws that came onto the screen. Those paws were just, it was like a great master dog yogi, and he was giving us blessings. Milo is just going, with Jim's help, giving us blessings. I don't know. I'm just in a good mood today, my dears. I hope you can find that place too today. You're probably in a better mood. How's that? Yeah, it's not about, oh, am I going to be in a good mood today? It's how much better can the mood shift? Everything shifted to the better. Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. All right. So no matter what, hell or high water, keep on loving, my dears. Aho, namaste. Have a good day. Blessings galore. Mucho, mucho amor and toodles with oodles of love. Signing off. Okay, I thought I was signing off. Okay, it won't let me stop the recording. Okay, there we go.